the town of Black Hollow. Nestled deep in the woods, shrouded in whispers and shadows. It had always been a place of dark tales, legends passed down through generations. The stories spoke of a darkness that clung to the town, a coldness that seeped into your bones. On this night, the darkness would feast. October 31st, 1952. The air was crisp, leaves like fire underfoot. The annual Harvest Festival was in full swing, a night for celebration. Families gathered in the town square, laughter echoing through the autumn air. Children, faces painted with ghoulish delight, ran between the stalls. The scent of pumpkin pie and roasted corn filled the air, a sweet mask for the terror to come. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows through the trees, a chill settled over the square. The laughter faded, replaced by a hush. The festivities continued, but the heart had gone out of them. A sense of unease settled over the townsfolk, a prickling at the back of their necks. They were dancing with the devil and they didn't even know it. The night deepened. Stars twinkled like cold, watchful eyes. The heart of the festival, the bonfire, roared. Its flames danced against the encroaching darkness, a beacon in the night. But the light couldn't reach everywhere, and in the shadows, something watched, something hungry. Then it happened. 12 souls, swallowed by the night. They vanished without a trace, leaving behind only whispers and fear. A group of teenagers, their laughter cut short. A young couple holding hands one moment, gone the next. A mother, her baby cradled in her arms, vanished into thin air. The night had teeth, and it had tasted blood. Panic erupted, a tidal wave of fear crashing through the revelry, frantic calls, desperate searches. But the missing were gone, swallowed whole by the darkness that clung to Black Hollow. The festival, once a celebration of life, was now a graveyard of joy. The air, thick with the smell of wood smoke and fear, was the only thing left to greet the dawn. The following days were a blur of frantic activity. Search parties combed the woods, their calls echoing through the silent trees. The sheriff, a man hardened by years of chasing shadows, found himself out of his depth. The woods whispered their secrets to the wind, but the wind wouldn't tell. Days turned into weeks. The initial hope, a fragile flame, flickered and died. The missing were never found. No bodies, no clues, no ransom demands. It was as if they had never existed, erased from the face of the earth. Their faces, frozen in time on missing posters, stared back at the townsfolk, accusing eyes that mirrored the growing despair. The woods, once a source of comfort and livelihood, now loomed, dark and menacing. They held the secrets of that night, secrets they refused to yield. The townsfolk returned to their homes, their faces etched with worry and suspicion. The disappearances had left an open wound on Black Hollow, a wound that refused to heal. The church, usually a sanctuary, became a focal point of fear. On the heavy oak doors, deep scratches appeared, scratches that defied explanation. They weren't the work of an animal, nor of human hands. They were too deep, too deliberate, infused with a chilling intention. The townsfolk looked at the marks, a cold dread gripping their hearts. They saw not wood and iron, but flesh and bone. The whispers started, low and uneasy, talk of curses and vengeful spirits, of a darkness that had claimed Black Hollow long ago, a darkness that demanded sacrifice. The whispers grew louder, feeding on fear and uncertainty. The townsfolk, once a united community, were now bound by suspicion and fear. Their eyes darted to the shadows, their smiles strained. The devil had left his mark on Black Hollow, and the town would never be the same. The priest, a man of God, tried to offer solace. He spoke of faith and resilience, but his words rang hollow even to his own ears. The devil's mark on his church door mocked his faith. The darkness had seeped into his sanctuary, and even his prayers couldn't banish it. He looked out at his dwindling congregation, their faces pale and drawn, and felt a chill run down his spine. The devil was winning. Whispers in the wind. The disappearances remained unsolved. The police investigation, hampered by dead ends and a lack of evidence, eventually went cold. The missing were declared dead, their families left to grapple with the agonizing lack of closure. Black Hollow, once a vibrant community, was now a town haunted by its past. The annual Harvest Festival, once a symbol of unity and celebration, was no more. The townsfolk, haunted by the memory of that night, refused to celebrate. The town square, once filled with laughter and music, stood empty. The silence was deafening. The whispers continued, weaving their way through the town like poison. Stories of strange occurrences, of shadows moving in the night, of whispers heard on the wind. The townsfolk, their nerves frayed by fear and suspicion, were quick to believe. The darkness had taken root in their hearts, and it was spreading. A town divided. Fear has a way of changing people. It seeps into the cracks of their lives, poisoning their relationships, turning neighbor against neighbor. Black Hollow, once a place of warmth and camaraderie, was now a breeding ground for paranoia and distrust. Accusations were thrown like stones, shattering the fragile peace that remained. Old friendships crumbled, replaced by suspicion and doubt. Families were torn apart, haunted by the fear that the darkness would claim them too. The fabric of the community, once strong and vibrant, was unraveling thread by thread. The town council, desperate to restore order, organized town meetings. But the meetings, intended to bring people together, only served to highlight the growing divide. Arguments erupted, fueled by fear and grief. The townsfolk, once united by their love for Black Hollow, were now divided by their fear of it. The fear proved contagious. Families desperate to escape the shadow that had fallen over Black Hollow packed their belongings and left. Houses stood empty, windows like vacant eyes staring out at the deserted streets. The laughter of children, once a familiar sound, was gone, replaced by an eerie silence. Businesses closed, unable to survive in the ghost town Black Hollow had become. The schoolhouse, once filled with the chatter of students, stood eerily quiet. The swings on the playground hung motionless, a rusting testament to happier times. The lifeblood of Black Hollow was draining away, drop by drop. The exodus was slow at first, a trickle of fear that soon turned into a flood. Soon, only a handful of the original townsfolk remained, clinging to the memories of what Black Hollow once was. They were like the last leaves clinging to a dying tree, their fate uncertain, their future bleak. The haunting of Black Hollow. Black Hollow became a ghost town, both literally and figuratively. The stories of that fateful Halloween night spread, carried on the wind to neighboring towns. Black Hollow became synonymous with tragedy, a cautionary tale whispered around campfires. Tourists, drawn by the macabre, flocked to Black Hollow, hoping for a glimpse of the supernatural. They visited the abandoned town square, the empty houses, the church with the ominous scratches on its doors. They hoped to feel the chill of the unknown, to experience the darkness that clung to the town like a shroud. And they were not disappointed. Stories of strange occurrences abounded. Unexplained noises, cold spots, fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures. The old motel on the edge of town, once a bustling stopover for weary travelers, became a hotbed of paranormal activity. Guests reported seeing the ghostly apparitions of the missing townsfolk, their eyes filled with a haunting sadness. The mystery endures. Today, Black Hollow stands as a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most idyllic of places. The mystery of the missing 12 remains unsolved, a chilling testament to the unknown. The town, once a thriving community, is now a desolate shell, haunted by its past. But even in the face of tragedy and fear, there is a glimmer of hope, the resilience of the human spirit. the enduring power of memory, and the unwavering belief that even in the darkest of times, light will eventually find a way. Black Hollow may be a ghost town, but it is not forgotten. The echoes of its past serve as a reminder that while darkness may prevail for a time, it can never truly extinguish the light. The mystery of Black Hollow endures, a chilling reminder that some secrets are not meant to be unearthed. The town stands as a silent sentinel, shrouded in an eerie stillness, a testament to the enduring power of fear and the enduring mystery of the unknown. It is a place where the past refuses to die, where the echoes of tragedy linger in the air, a haunting reminder that some wounds never truly heal.